Well, hey y'all, welcome to Throttle Power. Have you ever attended a car show or a model contest and a vehicle there or a model at the show just blew your mind? It was just like, wow, this is amazing. Well, I was lucky enough to attend the IPMS show in Indianapolis about a month ago. I'll link that video at the end of this video if you want to see full coverage of it. But when I attended that show, there were 4 car models there that just blew my mind. They were just amazing, and they were by the same builder. And I didn't know who built them, never could catch up with who built them. The show was so big, and there was a lot of people there. But when I got home, I was talking to old Lucas C. That Lucas C right there, over at the Model Car Hubby headquarters, and telling them how great this show was. And I says, man, I come across these 4 cars, pretty much drag cars, race cars. It just blew my mind. You ain't gonna believe them. And I was telling him all about it and on and on and on. He says, man, I know who built those. I said, what do you mean you know who built those? He goes, yeah, I know who built those. Some guy by the name of Raisin Garrett. I said, Raisin Garrett? He goes, yeah. He goes, you have to look him up. So I look up Raisin Garrett, and I see that Raisin Garrett lives in Michigan. Raisin is his nickname. His real name is Mike. I guess he gets the name Raisin from old slot car days. Well, anyway, found out who built them. Okay, that's great. And then I found out he was going to a show in Cincinnati, Ohio. I just now got back from a show in Cincinnati, Ohio. I was able to hook up with Mike, or Raisin Garrett, and he had some cars there, and my gosh, is he a good model builder. Well, anyway, I'm going to get the camera turned around and share with you these cool, beautiful builds that this guy did. Check these out. Where'd you get the decals?
Those were Gucci decals. Probably 15 years ago I got those, and I had never used them. Found them.
I've always wanted to build a red alert.
Yeah, that's it was a lot of fun to do. It's a good looking car. I learned a lot of the history of the car, when I built it. He bought it for his wife, supposedly, but he ended up drag racing it. And, from what I've heard, it was one of the most successful Chevelle drag cars of all time.
Yep, that's what I've always heard.
I also heard, maybe true, maybe not, that is the best-selling AMT kit of all time.
Why they don't come out with it, I don't know.
One thing I did notice is that the AMT kit was the wrong year car.
Yeah.
And so I found one that was the right year when I built this. I know that engine is from a monogrammed Camaro, I think. Yeah, it was a lot of fun to build.
It's cool.
Thank you.
You got this one too, don't you?
Yeah. The 55, the Cuda, and the Maverick are mine.
Oh, wow. Tell me about the Maverick.
Well, that was a labor of love, and that's probably my favorite build of all time. It's not my best, but I think it's my favorite because I tried to build that car when I was a kid, and they screwed it up royal. And so I built, when my skills improved, I was able to build one that came out halfway decent. So, I mean, that's probably my favorite build ever. And I was always a big Dino Don fan.
Yeah, it's a neat car.
Thank you. I really like the Johan kits. I did put a engine bay from a monogram Mustang into that because the Johan kit just has those hump fenders in there. I really like the Johan engine. I know it's not 100% accurate, but it just looks right though.
Mm-hmm. It's nice.
Thank you. Thanks.
What about the Cuda?
Kind of the same thing. I used to go to the Detroit Dragway and watch these cars race when I was a kid, and that's kind of why I wanted to build them. The Saxon Martin car was always my favorite Mopar. I'm really a Ford guy.
I was getting ready to ask you, Mopar or Ford guy?
I'm a Ford guy.
Or GM guy.
Yeah, I got to admit I'm a Ford guy, but I build others as well.
Yeah.
And as as I get older, I've learned to appreciate the other marks as well. You know?
Very cool.
Yeah. But those are old Johan kits, and I was always a fan of Johan stuff, just mainly because a lot of it was oddball stuff that you didn't see everywhere else. But I thought the bodies were always more accurate. At least they looked more accurate to me.
What about your 55?
That one is an AMT, a two-door post that I shortened the wheelbase on.
Oh, so you did that?
Yeah.
Did you rework the body?
Yeah. The interior tub I made out of sheet plastic. The engine is just out of a parts box. I really don't know what kit it came from. The chassis is from the AMT Rat Packer, that short wheelbase Chevy 2. And that one was a fun build to do. I just like the looks of the altered wheelbase cars.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, some people think they're ugly, but I don't.
Very cool.
Thanks.
And you got that Maverick?
That's a Comet, actually. Murphy
Okay,
Comet.
the Comet?
Yeah. That one's kind of interesting because I started building that probably 12 years ago. And then I quit building for about 10 years. And when I started building again, I finished it. So that's like a 10-year build.
Where'd you have to pick back up on that?
It was mostly done. You know, the paint was done. Most of what I finished on it was I put the wheels and tires and detailing the engine. The engine was, I mean, the basic details were on it, the plug wires and stuff, but the stuff that goes in on after it goes into the car I had to do. And I made these little shocks for it, and shock towers. Those stripes were hard to paint, believe me. They look easy, but they weren't.
And you did that 10 years ago?
And maybe 12.
12?
Yeah, it was, or at least I started on it back then.
Nice.
The Richie Evans car and the Ray Hendrick car are mine. Those are probably the most recent ones I've built. And I'm starting to kind of go in a little different direction in that I don't want them to be real shiny. So I haven't clear coated it or polished it. It's just, you know, kind of paint out of the can. It's all rattle can.
And that's how the cars were back then.
Yeah, right. I wanted it to look a little more like they actually did.
Right.
Some people, you know, they put that down because it's not shiny.
Oh,
but,
I know.
yeah.
Well, he was just saying on the insert he doesn't.
I did a lot of, I guess, research on these cars, and I got them as close to accurate as I could. I learned as I went, you know, so like the Hendrick car is more accurate than the Evans car because I built that one after this one. But it's they're based on the MPC this modified series, whatever they call it.
Yep. Very nice.
Thank you.